enter the southern plains as early as
More than
Friday
170 million Americans are bracing for impact.
It's our biggest snowstorm years.
Tonight, heavy snow, dangerous ice, freezing rain, and then life-threatening brutal cold moving in. More than 180 million people under alerts. The map.
Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm glad that you're here. This video was a video to put up a tent. I bought a budget tent on Amazon, put up a tent, do a review, and take video and then edit, put it together, and then offer that to YouTube. But because there was a storm coming on the way, and I had no idea there was a storm coming. I bought it before the likes of the storm was being reported. I decided to put it up anyway because I didn't want it to destroy my review. Turned out that was the best thing that could happen because, during this extreme weather was the perfect way to test just how worthy the tent is. And anyway, I'm happy with the memories it's also produced. It's really done well. Anyways, enjoy the video. Thank you.
It's nice in here. I'm here in my Ayamaya tent. I can actually take my gloves off because I'm not experiencing any of the wind gusts that's going on outside. So it's really cool. I had to dig my way back into the tent. Well, because it iced over. It snowed over, iced over, and then it repeated. So I had to dig my way out, right, and then back in. But it's held up. Everything looks good. No breaches. All the mesh. Considering all the mesh that's in here, I mean, right here, it's got about 20 inches, 16 inches of space underneath the mesh, but the rest of it is mesh. Then we have the rain fly, the outer skin, and that seems to keep all the gusts out. Now, it's only been as comfortable as it has been in here because the snow packed down all of my all the flaps on the Rainfly, all four corners, so no gusts got underneath. Of course, after a while, believe it or not, you start to sweat in here, so that's something else to contend to, but that's every tent. This has been a really good tent. It's a two-man tent. For me, it's more like a one-man tent. But as you can see, all of the rain flies moving around, but nothing in here. No gusts, zero. No breaches or anything. This is my sleeping bag, and this is my outer sleeping bag. I've also got a mat on the bottom to kind of help separate and insulate against all the cold on the ground, because the ground still gets cold, right? But here I am, you can hear it. There's lots of wind out there, lots of ice out there. And here's my flashlight. That's what this thing up here is for, this mesh up there, up top. That's for either holding some stuff or drying some stuff. Keep that up there. I think it's multi-purpose. But there's also a pocket down here at my feet. Down at my feet, there's a pocket. Of course, that doesn't have to be necessarily the feet area. It could be your head area too, which probably would have been better. But yeah, this is the tent. It's really comfortable. It's a backpacking tent. it's not a freaking glamping tent, so it's very comfortable inside once you're getting inside. Once you get in here, I mean, you could literally camp for days, and quite literally this has lasted, you know, I camped out in this thing here for the first 3 or 4 days, and it's been up here for now 2 weeks, and it's been spectacular. I mean, it's still up, it's still working just fine for one of the cheapest two-man tents here on that I bought on Amazon, and I'm testing. It did pretty well, and it's still doing pretty well. It's got 2 vents up here. You can see that I've got 2 vents up here. I have closed just because, you know, we did reach, you know, negative degree weather, and all the snow and the ice and the wind chill. I just opted to keep it closed. We also ran into a little bit of ice melt, and the floor has done really well. I brought an extra sleeping bag just in case I needed it. I actually have 4 sleeping bags in this tent right now. I wasn't gonna come in here just to kind of like be uncomfortable. Layer it up enough, this becomes more than just comfortable. It really gets warm underneath, you know, or inside a sleeping bag. But you know, not I'm layered, of course, but not overly layered. Just appropriately layered. Just the tent, floor covering, of course, a mat, and a couple of you know, like a jacket, of course, but a couple of sleeping bags. Oh, and a I guess it's a heated sleeveless jacket that I got for Christmas. But I'm really impressed with this thing, and it's really you know, it's really awesome. I would buy this tent again. I did damage it. There is some damage, but damage just from me digging out of the ice. I took the shovel and I put a hole in the rain flap, or the rain fly, on one of the side flaps, which is, I think it's okay. It's okay. We could live with that. I'm so comfortable in here right now. I've got no gloves on. It's warm. It's probably, I would say it's probably around 65 degrees right now. Of course, when the sun goes down, that's no longer true. It's no longer a 65 degree tent. It starts to turn into like a real, you know, 30 degree tent, 40 degree tent. Yeah, but still on the outside, looking at single digits, which still isn't bad. I would say that's pretty good, actually. What else before my battery runs down? I'm gonna go and build a fire now. So it's kind of windy out for a fire, but I don't think we're gonna run into any danger of the grass catching on fire or anything like that. So I might get up out of this tent and go out here and get some stuff for a fire going.
So folks, the wind was way too strong. It was up to 25-mile-per-hour gusts, and it was sustaining gusts. So I opted to err on the safe side, because even though there's snow on the ground, there's plenty of dried stuff or limbs and twigs that could light up should anything just kind of make its way out there. And I know it's low risk, but still, being that how strong the wind was, I wasn't going to take the risk. Anyways, look at how beautiful it is. Look at how beautiful the day turned out to be. I had to dig the fireplace or the fire pit out, and then, you know, scrape it with my boots, because you gotta do those things. The ground was rock solid, so, you know, I had to use my boots to kind of get down to the dirt and start a fire. Now, mind you, I have got hours and hours. I've got 2 weeks worth of daily video, but I decided to narrow it down to just this 10-11 minute video, just to spare you the boredom, because it's not that exciting. The experience is worth it. but because it's not supposed to be exciting, it's supposed to be fulfilling, and it was worthy for sure. The tent held up. I didn't stay in the tent for 2 weeks. You know, you saw I had to dig it out. When it got to the point where we were talking about ice and then freezing, then ice again, and then snow, and then ice, that to me was just too dangerous to consider being in the tent. So I didn't stay in the tent. That's the whole reason why I was having to dig my way into the tent. After the first time after the first digging out of the tent, it became apparent to me that this wasn't going to work out very well. But this is it. This was the last day, and it did really well. I'm really happy with this tent. Thanks for watching, guys. See you at the next video. Bye for now.